So hey everyone, welcome back, and I hope you guys are doing well. So today we are going to solve another LeetCode contest, and this one is bi-weekly contest 174. And without wasting any time, let's get started. So let's start with the first question. What the first question is: a reverse letter, uh, then special character in a string, right? So this is the question. Let's see what the problem actually is asking us to do. Like, alright, you are given a string S consisting of lowercase English letters and special characters. Your task is to perform these in order. Reverse the lowercase English letter and place them back into the position originally occupied by letters. Reverse the special character and place them back into the positions originally occupied by special character. Return the resultant string after performing the operation. So problem is crystal clear, nothing complicated, just we have to do whatever the problem is asking us to do. Let's see an example. Right, so this is the example which I think I have already copied and pasted. So what we have to do first, we have a three step to actually solve this particular problem. First, separate the letters and reverse them. Same case with special characters, and after that we just have to merge them and make sure when we are merging, at the position of letter we have to put the letter, at the position of special character we have to place the special character. So let's see what I'm saying over here is, for example, first I separated the characters, right, the lowercase English letter. So my string is E, B, C, D, A, and F. This is my string where only lowercase English letters are there, and this is going to be my special character string, right? So this is it, right? So this is the string. This is the string with special character, and what I have to do first, I have to reverse them. So after reversing, it will become like E, sorry, F A D C B E, and if I reverse them, then it become this at the rate hash this. So this is going to be my reverse string, and now what I have to do, I just have to merge both of them in such a order that at the position of letter at the position of lowercase English letter it should be a lowercase English letter, and at the position of special letter we should have a special character, right? So quite simple. What we have to do, just have to run a loop over this. If there is a special character, we just take an element from the special character. If it is a lowercase English letter, then we pick it from this. So this is quite clear. We just have to do whatever the question is asking us to do, and it is pretty easy, and it is also like easy problem, right? So it is not that much difficult. So let's see the code and how I actually approach it. As I told you that we just have to perform three steps. First, like I have declared two strings to actually store the letters and the special characters, right? And I'm just separating both of them based on the condition, right? If it is a lowercase English letter, then I am storing it inside the letters, and if it is a special character, then I'm storing it inside the another string which is a special character. After that, I'm just applying a reverse. I'm just reversing a string because they ask us to reverse, right? Once it is done, then I have just created a string to actually store the result, and after that I'm just running a loop on the original string, right? Why? Because I just have to place the element in the same order which the letters are paired, right? So now this reverse strings are different as compared to the string which is actually present inside the actual string, right? So I'm just using a condition. If it is a letter, then I'm using the character from a letters. If it is a special character, then I'm using it from the special character. So this is quite clear, right? Not nothing complicated. We are just doing whatever the question is asking us to do. So this is the code. And talking about the space time complexity, so which is O of n, right? And if you see over here, it is O of like, it is every time we are doing like a log n time, right? So we can say it's O of n. Talking about the space complexity is O of n, because we are storing two strings and then storing the values inside those two strings. So this is it. So this is the time and the space complexity. Let's try to run it. It will pass all the test cases. You see, it is parsing all the test cases, right? So this is about the first question. It is pretty easy, nothing complicated. So I hope you understand it. Let's move to the second question. The second question is minimum k to reduce array within limit, right? So you are given a integer array nums. For a positive integer k, define non-positive nums as the minimum number of operation needed to make every element of num non-negative. In one operation, you can choose an index I and reduce num I by k. Return an integer denoting the minimum value of k such that okay. I think they should make a problem description a little bit more clear, because I think for the people who's read it for the first time, it becomes really difficult to actually understand what the problem is asking, right? It is a little bit weird to actually understand. For the first time, I also faced the same issue, right? But the problem is a little is too clear. Let's see what the problem is asking us to do. So this is an array, and what we have to do, we have to return the minimum value of k, right? Minimum value of k, and what condition we have to perform, or what operation which we are actually going to perform in the array. We have to choose the minimum of element of k, value of k, and we have to make all the elements of the array less than 0, which is non-negative, right? We have to make all the elements array of the non-negative, and while doing that, we also need to make sure the number of operation should be less than or equal to the k square, which we have taken, right? What means, what we have to do, we have given an array, we have to make an array elements non-negative, and for that we have to take value of k, and for the every element, what we have to do, we just have to do nums of I minus k, this operation which we have to perform, and we just have to count how many number of operations we are actually required to achieve this, and the number of operations should be less than or equal to the value which we had taken as k. The operation should be less than or equal to k square. So this is what we have to achieve. I understand that it is a little bit confusing. Let's see the example. Right, so yeah, as we see, let's, for example, our array is 3 7 5, and let's say I've taken a value of k as 3. So in order to make the first element is nums of 0 is 3, right? Nums of 0 is 3, and what the operation we are allowed to do, we can perform this operation that subtract k from nums I. So if we do subtract nums of k from it, then it becomes 0, which is what we are actually looking for, right? And let's see for the and how many number of operation we require. We take a variable like operation, and how many operation we require right now, we require only one number of operation. Let's say in case of nums of 1, which is 7. So how many number of operation which we have to require to make it non-negative. First subtract 3, then it become 4, then subtract 3, then it become 1, then subtract 3, then it becomes less than 0, which means we require 3 number of operation over here. So plus 3 number of operation which required to actually make the first element is less than equal to 0. Let's see about the last element, which is 5. So first we subtract 3, it become 2, then we subtract minus 3, then it become less than 0, right? So how many number of operation which we require 2 number of operation, which means the total number of operation which we actually required is 6. Don't know what is happening with it. So here it is. So the total number of operation which we required is 6, right? And sorry for the interruption between. So the total number of operation which we required is 6. What the value we are taken a k of is 3, which means the operation should be less than equal to k square, which means the operation should be less than or equal to 9. Now, how many operation we actually required? We required 6, which is actually less than 9. So this is what we have to actually achieve in this particular problem, and the value of the k which we have taken is the minimum value. So this is the actual problem, and this is what we have to actually achieve, we just have to pick a minimum value of k such that the number of operation which we require to actually convert an array into non-negative should be less than or equal to the k square number of operations, right? So this is what we have to achieve, right? So the first thing which comes in our mind is that we linearly perform, like pick every element. Let's say for array we linearly choose k as 1, k as 2, k as 3, or it's better to choose from a maximum, right? K as 3, right? And we check if it satisfies our condition or not. If it is, then it is our answer. If it is not, then it is not our answer. But you see, we are going linearly, which is not an efficient approach for us, right? So it is better to actually use some more beneficial way to directly solve this problem in a much better way. So instead of going linearly, what we can do, we can use binary search over here. And how we can use it, right? So let's see what we have to what we have to do over here is we just have to make an array elements non-negative, right? So we are looking for the minimum value of k, right? So whenever you heard about the word minimum maximum, so try to think of binary search, and here we are going to use binary search on answer. And how? So what we have to do, like you have an array like this. Let's see over here is, and I'm just, because I'm not sure about what the value of k is actually we are going to use, right? If we go linearly, it become really difficult to actually come up with a solution, because for the every element we are like what we do, we are just actually finding out the value of k. Then if it is not satisfied, then again, so it is linearly, which is too it's too slow solution if the constants are too high, right? But it is better to actually use binary search. What we can do, we start with the minimum. uh, we fix our minimum pointer and then the high pointer. Let's say the maximum of an maximum of array element, and from there we just pick the mid element, right? And if it satisfy the condition, and how to satisfy the condition, let's say I taken a value of 2, right? And how to check if satisfy the condition or not. I don't know what is happening with this particular IDE. Today I'm facing this issue because I never faced this issue previously, right? So what we have to do, we have a 375, and now what, let's say k is 3. So how many operations which actually we require to convert 3 to non-zero? So the simplest way is to, the one way is to traverse and subtract 2, subtract k, which is not an efficient. The simplest way is, let's move over here, is the simplest way, let's say, right, the simplest way is 375, right? So if k is 2, then we simply divide nums of I by k, right? It will give how many number of operation we actually require to convert that particular number, right? And there is two case, if it is divisible by k, then the number of operation is nums of I by k, otherwise it's nums of I by k plus 1. Let's see for example of 3, or taking a 3, right? For the first elements, nums of 0, if we divide it by 3, okay, then the value comes out to be 0. So how many number of operation which required? We required one operation, because right, because if we divide 3 by 3, it's going to be 1, because we require one number of operation to actually convert 3 to non-zero, right? So we required one number of operation. In case of 1, which is 7, if we divide 7 by 3, it is k, not 7, right? So if we divide it 3, it's come to be like 2.5 something, right? So 2 point something, so we take a max c value. So if we divide it, so how many number of operation which required? We require 3 number of operation, because it's going to be 2.5, but we are taking average plus 1, so it's going to be 3 number of operation. And in case of 2, if we divide it by k, so if 5 divided by 3 is going to be like 1 point something, so it's going to be 2. So we are actually requiring total number of 6 number of operation, right? So this is what we have to achieve, and how we are actually approaching it with the help of we can say that with the help of binary search on answer. So what we are doing over here is just taking the ranges of my binary search, like low and high. After that, I'm just simply doing a binary search on answer, If it is a valid, then I got my answer, and I need to minimize it, so that's why I'm reducing my high. Otherwise I need to make my answer, uh, I need to just find my answer, so I'm just doing mid plus 1. It is a pretty simple explanation of this. We are just dividing it the chosen mid which we have taken right now, and if it satisfies the condition which we have discussed earlier, then we count the number of operation. If it is less than the number of operations should be if less than the word we require, then it is a valid case. Otherwise it is not, then it is pretty simple, right? I'm talking about, let's try to run it. Talking about the time complexity. So okay, sorry for that. So talking about the time complexity, which is of, you can say, and log n, because it is running for a log n time, and we are, every time we are just executing an size of array, so it is log n. And talking about space complexity, so it is O of 1. So this is the solution of the second problem, and I hope you will able to understand it. And if you have any question regarding any of the problem and anything, you can let me know in the comment section. I will love to help you out there. And I hope you understand both of the solutions and both of the explanation of the problems. And I hope, and sorry for some misinterruption between the like explanation, because I don't know what is happening with the platform which I have been using. So thanks for watching this video. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you're new to the channel, like the video, drop a comment, that will actually motivate you to make such more content in the future. Until then, bye bye, take care.